back to more Space Engineers. Hal here, and well, I'm out doing just some little bit of resource gathering for meteors, and I just wanted to show you, I didn't realize just how many of these things we'd had hit the planet. Yeah. So, as you can see, it does tend to be centered around the person, and because we've been working in the base so much, given the area that it can hit near, yeah, the planet has taken a beating. It's rather crazy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm out and about looking for a little bit of silver because I don't want to have to find an area to mine, because if you remember, I know it's been a while since we have been in Space Engineers, but if you remember the last time we were here, we had a little snafu with the mining ship that we were using. Do I have stone? I do have stone on me, okay. And yeah, we ended up blowing it up. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get enough materials together to make a couple of large reactors. Well, they're technically medium reactors, but there's two of them on a large ship. So, oh, hello. And we are in dev mode right now, or we're on the dev build, and we've got some just funky stuff going on with the sim speed, which is why you see things floating around. Game is basically having issues. Might also be because I haven't restarted my system in a couple of days, so... Oh, but you know, that's a minor issue, right? Alright, so let's see if we can find a little bit more silver. I've already done a couple of runs back to the base. That looks like that's silicon. I'm not worried about silicon. I have a crap ton of that. Silver is what I really, really need right now. Without silver ore, we are... I don't want to say screwed. I mean, I can always make do with what I've got and just bring one of the reactors online, and it should, in theory, be enough. But you know me, I like having overkill because it's better to have too much and not need it than to not have enough and need it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep looking around here, see if I can find a little bit more. We've got, you know, as you've seen the frequency of these things falling, I should have more silver here somewhere. If not, wait 20 minutes and I'll probably have more. I'm also going to have to grab a couple of K of iron to refine down. I'm not too worried about the iron because, well, you know, we have the giant iron vein right over here. Ooh, more uranium? Yeah, I'll take that. Uranium's always good. Oh. Alright. So, let me head back. I will drop this stuff off, get some more resources going. It's nice to have the elite drills now, because the elite tools have a much further detection range on them. So we don't have to be quite so close to everything. Let me show you here, see if we can... because I've mined most of this out, so there may not be any resource over here to demonstrate. A little bit in there, but... let's see, what are you? You are platinum? Yes, you are platinum. You know what? Which hole in the ground are you? Okay. So let me go ahead and drop this stuff off. One of the things that I've been doing is, as you can see there, that's the new ship we're working on. Not done yet. I will take you past it here in a moment. Show you what it's looking like. Now, the base took a hit directly over the door. Actually, it hit the lower column here. And I just finished fixing it not long before I started recording. But basically, this block, the block behind it, and then these two blocks were completely destroyed. So we've started replacing this with the heavy armor. Worst thing that we can have happen is basically have this block here taken out. Because if they take any of these blocks out, the entire array comes down. And I would really rather not lose my solar power system. not using it much, but you know, we have all the other reactors and everything, but I really don't want to potentially lose the materials. Let's grab a few of these. Now, since the last time we were here, there have been a couple of updates. Okay, more than a couple. One of the updates basically changed all of these modules, so now the effectiveness module, the production module, and power efficiency modules have been chromed out. Actually, it looks like they've toned down the chrome. These things were ridiculously shiny for a while. As in, like, everything was blinding. So, I'm guessing they finally got over that. But I'll show you what we've got going on. The hatchways and access has been upgraded and updated, I should say. As you can see here, they don't have the hinge anymore. Now it's this entire ring to access it. And they came through and did a huge detail pass on this thing. I mean, this mod is absolutely gorgeous now. I mean, it was nice before, but the touch-ups that they did, absolutely phenomenal. The base, as you can see, is still what it was. They did, if you remember, around the last time we were on together here, they had done the big graphics update, so we had all of these much chunkier designs now. I have to say they look really good. It's really sad the medium reactors that we're using is pretty much the only thing that has not been upgraded. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. And it looks like that block has taken some damage in there. And I'm not sure how that block took damage. Huh. But we did get the script running. For those who don't know, M-Master's script has been updated. He actually has come through and started working on it again. Basically, what they've done is they've changed the way that the scripting works. Here, I'll show you really quick. So, for those who used to remember, there used to be a block in here for a block of data in here for private and public text. So now there is just the title and name. So what you do is you name whatever you want to call it, and then in the name block you actually use the LCD tag, and then in custom data you now put in the configuration. And they've added some new things to it, so you can do a little bit more tweaking with it, make it look a little bit better presentation wise. As you can see here, it says base stats time. Basically that's a new way of using the command. You can now put text that you want to have echoed without saying echo, but you have to have it with a command, but only certain commands. So lots of changes on that script. If you haven't seen it before, check the link down in the description. The M-Master's LCD script, it's fully automated LCDs, and that is in my mod collection. So it's a great mod. I love it, and I use it all the time. But because of the changes and everything, the reason M-Master fixed it was because we had issues with, the inventory not updating correctly and the ingot and ore inventory not updating correctly, because Keen Software keeps breaking stuff. So, but yeah, so like I said, they've gone ahead and updated these things. Much better detail, much chunkier looking now. But I am happy to see that they did move away from the polished chrome. It was really, really annoying. So, let's see here. The last time we were together, we were working on the new hangar. Let's take you over here, show you what that looks like, because we have been doing some work on it. We have finished the doors all the way up and around. I do need to finish that particular block there. But we've also started filling in some of the floors, so we're getting this thing a little bit closer to being done. What we've got here is we're going to be doing a large mining rig. I'm using a couple of different mods in here. The drills are the twin drill mod. We have the access ways that we've been using that I just have absolutely fallen in love with. I absolutely love this mod. Let me show you here. Come down in here, you have access way back here, and we don't have any power, so I can't. I forgot we need power to open the door. Okay, but yeah, so as you can see, these are vented. So in theory, at least, we will be able to pressurize all of this. And I do have a second access over here. And then this comes back into another connector back here. Now, if I remember correctly, this, I believe that connector has been, yeah, okay. So what they've done with what is it with that? The maintenance hatches and such. The connector block now has a T intersection connector. So it will connect on 3 sides instead of just the one terminator side that it used to have. And then they have one, again, it's another T that basically has a connector on it as well, but we're not using in this build because everything else is already tied together. And then we're using the 2 of the medium reactors back here. So the reason I've set this up the way I have is because I want a little bit of redundancy. This actually passes through the middle here to the other side so that you have a second loop in case something happens on one side or the other. You basically don't lose control of your inventory set. Now, what I do need to tie in is I need to tie the top drill and the bottom drill into the network. So I'm thinking what I am going to do is actually remove these corner blocks, put conveyor blocks on either side of it, and then just a piece of conduit here. Regular conduit, not the access ways. And what that'll allow me to do is tie all these together so that basically everything is completely secure. And what I want to do, and it looks like they've changed this, you used to be able to place windows on an open block, right? So as long as you had a full block to either side of it, you could place a window here, and that would basically set everything up the way you needed it to be set up so that the window would stay in place. Something has changed at some point. I don't know when, because I haven't actually tried setting something like this up in a really long time. But yeah, so the windows won't attach there anymore. So I'm going to try putting in, like I said, I'm going to try putting in conveyor blocks on all the sides and see if maybe that will let it happen. Because I know that some of these diamond edges, like the armored corners, sometimes don't count for things like the air tightness rating. So, but yeah, so that's the ship we're working on. The reason it's looking like this is because I want to finish the entire build on it first, get it powered on, and figure out what my ship mass is so I can calculate the lift. I've gotten the landing gear anchor point working again. So yeah, basically that's what we're going to be doing in here. This is going to be our big, build and storage hangar. Basically, as we're building large ships or doing upgrades, this will allow us to have a docking system in place so that we can dock this thing so it's off the ground and we can do repairs underneath or even expansions on it if we need to. But yeah, so that's the skinny on what's going on. So we've already dropped off our stuff. Let me go refill these tanks. I'm going to go ahead and grab more resource so we can get things processing. And I will bring you back shortly. See you. And we're back. So as you can see, we have this thing finally finished. Well, mostly finished. I still have to put doors on. But I'm just checking to make sure everything is working. So again, another door we need to put in, and it looks like all of our connectors are working all the way through. This is a good thing. Since these are vented, we can put atmosphere in here. And then that lets us into here. I'm not going to worry about putting an oxygen generator on the ship unless we get everything working. Okay, so it does kick me back out the way that I got in. Oh, it would be really nice to get... I would really like to be able to put a window in right here. Originally, I had set this up so that the blocks to either side would be sloped as well, so that I would be able to have a view to either side so I could see how close we were edgewise. But it didn't seem like it was gonna go our way this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that open. Actually, don't want to burn the power if we don't need to. Okay. And since we left that open, I'm not worried about the rest of this. So basically what I'm doing is I'm actually building this to be a universal chassis model. I want to have this set up so that basically I can take it into space, reproduce it, and throw some just ion thrusters on it instead, and then basically use it for mining out asteroids and such. Because in 0G you can get away with just putting small thrusters on it, and what I'll do is I'll just put an array of small thrusters on this thing and just basically go to town. So, alright, so, but yeah, that's the new ship. Oh, now I get to sit down and figure out, let me go grab some, let's see, what do we need for those now? So we're going to stick to the vanilla thrusters for the most part. Alright, so I want to do one of those. And a couple of these, maybe? Maybe. Let's see here. Because this thing is going to be rather massive. So what we're going to do is we're going to do... Let's... Steel plate to build those? Okay. Mohahaha. And we should be able to get the steel plate from here. Thank you. That works. Alright, so let's try that again. So we're going to put... Oh, I don't know. Do we want to put 2? I mean, I guess we could actually put 3. Right. Okay, so if we do that, that's 3, 4, 5, right? Based on the weight of the ship, we said the ship is at about 300k, I believe. Let's take a quick look at that. So, mass of the ship is currently reported at 290. I know that that's not true. Excuse me. Or 209, rather. No, I guess that is... Yeah, that is true, because it was 189 before, so yeah. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to figure that is for 5 of those. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Okay, so the small thrusters have a force magnitude in newtons of 420,000 newtons of force. It takes 10 newtons to move 1 kilogram 1 meter per second, right? So effectively 1/10 of whatever the newtons are for the lift is what your actual kilograms lifted are on an Earth-like planet. So at roughly 4,200, that puts us at 20k. Yeah, that's not going to work. Right? Because at 20k, yeah, no, not even close. It would work for maneuvering thrusters, because you don't need that much force for maneuvering thrusters. But for the lift thrusters, because this thing is going to... Actually, you know, I could just... See, my thing is that this was built to be both atmospheric as well as space, which is why the drills are mounted on the front and not on the bottom. But what I might do is take a blueprint of this, break it down, and convert it so that it, yeah, I might do that. Because I could put an array of drills on the bottom and basically just go to town with them. And how many blocks is this? This is technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 long. So the drills, these particular drills have a 5-block spread on them. Basically the center into each direction. So I could actually get rid of those 2 on the front, which would lighten it up considerably if we got rid of those. Trying to think how I want to do this, because if we do since it's 11 blocks, we could do basically 1 every 3rd block. So starting from here, we put 1 here, here, somewhere around here, and here, and then tie them all together so that they would feed back into the supply system. I could do that. And then just basically run a crap ton of thrusters, the small thrusters, down the bottom. Because if I did that, it would be 420k. How many thrusters can I get on here? Apparently none. Okay, so this is going to have to be 2 blocks. Basically, we would have to have 2 blocks everywhere. Yes, I know this is heavy armor. I'm just playing around with it right now. So, if we did that, and we do this, 2, so if we did that, that gives us 10 lift. So that's 420. Right? Is that right? No, that would be 42,000 K of lift. I don't think that would be enough. But for some reason, I want to say that that should be enough to lift that. Yeah, that would be enough. That would be 420. I was thinking a magnitude of 100. I was off by a factor of 10. Okay. So 5 would be enough to keep the base vehicle in the air. Alright, that makes this a little bit easier then. Okay. Because we're still going to need basically five or so of these just for normal lift. But that makes things much easier. Okay. Yes. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's figure this out here. So we're gonna say 1 there because we want them behind the drills, whenever and wherever possible. Okay, so we know that that will give us enough, roughly enough lift, because that's 420k, or 210k. And then if we do 5 more on top, let's go, I forgot, ran out of hydrogen. Let me go grab some more hydrogen, and we'll work our way through this as soon as the game keeps catching up to us here. Now, like I said, with all of the changes that they've made, the game has become a little bit, let's be polite and say wonky, shall we? Alright. There we go. But yeah, it's not unplayable, just odd. Alright, so if we've got that, we go one there. One there. And we basically rinse and repeat the same process on this side. Right? Everything's in line. Okay. So all of that is in line correctly. And then what we said here is what we would have to do is the same thing that we were talking about doing before, but I'm not going to use heavy armor. I want to use... Oh, is that light? No, that's... Okay, so let's go here. Crap. Because in order for me to do this, I'm going to have... I can put the connector there, I guess. I was really trying to avoid doing certain things, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get away with not doing them, so. Alright. Actually, that's 3. I know, I can count, right? Who'da thunk it? Alright. So we're doing that. Alright, so it looks like they basically got rid of the round bias thing that they had there. Okay. So we've got that. And then we say... One... Two... Okay. And what that allows us to do is then say here, where we can then go like a so. Basically, this keeps everything pretty much in line with where we need it to be. Right? I guess if I wanted to be really cheeky, I could actually do this, then that. Now, what does it say our weight is? Now remember, we were at 209 before. 278, that's 300. So in an atmosphere with these thrusters, we would be able to get away with, if we call it 300, with lift, we'd basically be able to just barely lift the weight of the vehicle with the current thruster setup we have. Because of this, we would be able to increase it by basically 25%. We'd be able to support up to about 400K safely on the front if we were completely vertical. With these, I guess I could move these back. If I move those back one, maybe. How about this? Let's do this. Take this one off. Take that one off. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, extend it out for a couple of more. See, the problem that I run into is the reason I don't want to have one here is because if we put the connector here, these things have 2 large blocks worth of thrust area that will do damage. So effectively, we need this to drop at least 3 blocks so that when it's connected, these don't do damage. That's not going to happen. So what we're going to do then is I'm probably going to put a connector here on the back and set something up where that's pretty good height for it, honestly. So what I'll probably do, let's see here, if we go, I'm just kind of curious here. Is that in line? It's probably 2, 3. So the connector would have to at least be, let's see, at least that high, right? If the connector's not at least there, you're going to be doing damage to the floor. Because I like to make sure we have a little bit of clearance there, my connector would have to be there, minimum. Now for that, how many blocks is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 4 blocks. That's 4 blocks. So for us, 5, 6. Connector would have to be there. Now, if that wasn't there, wow, that's going to be really tight. Basically, I may have to do one of 2 things. Either lower the floor in the middle here, which is probably what I will do. I will probably ramp that down. Basically, I'll come through, take out most of this. I'll probably take it out back to here. And what we'll do is ramp this down. Basically put 45 slopes in, the 45-degree slopes, and then drop everything in here by a layer. And then leave this row where it's at, and have a, maybe put some stairs in over here. So basically when you come in, you're dropping down a little bit. Because if I can bring this down 2 blocks, well, if I bring it down 1 block, right? Let's say that puts the connector at this level. This thing is basically where it will need to be. And as you can see, it's going to basically destroy at least 1 layer of block, maybe 2, given its height. Okay, so I need to figure out how I'm going to run this, get this thing upgraded. Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and throw a couple more thrusters on this thing. Okay, so 8 of these is going to get us close. Like I said, we're putting connector on the back, so I don't have to worry about this then. So what I can do is, since I'm not worrying about putting a connector here, you know, I'm really thinking that having the connector there might still be better. Because I'm going to have to bring... pardon me. hiccups. So I'm going to have to bring a miner down here anyway, so maybe... I may end up going with the bottom mountain drills. That basically makes the rest of this entire process so much easier if we go with the bottom mountain drills. Because then all I have to do is have one array of drills. Yep. That would make everything much easier. Okay, I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to call the the episode here. I'm going to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those like buttons. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. And let me know what you think about the idea of putting the drills on the bottom. Because if I do it, what I will probably do is set it up so that you have basically a set of 3 here. Or I may put one here in the middle. Basically one at each of these connection points, run some conduit between them, or some connectors between them, and put a couple of drills in, so that we'd have one drill here, one drill in the middle. So there would be conduit here, or conveyor block here, drill, conveyor block, drill. Is that 4? That's 4. So we'd actually do just drill and drill then, and then run conveyors between them. So yeah, but let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so yet, I do ask that you also subscribe, as the likes, the subscriptions, and even the comments help the channel to grow. Also lets me know that you're enjoying the content. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks again for stopping in, and I hope you all hope to see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So much to do here. Okay. Let's get some of this stuff sorted.